Hi everyone. I thought it was about time I pulled a little video together of Jomtien here because I've been down on the beachfront for quite a while now, and I suddenly realised that I'm heading off to Bangkok sometime next week. I think I'm booked into a hotel there, and I'll probably end up staying there till the very beginning of March when I'm off to Vietnam for a month. So I thought I'd better pull together some clips of here just so I don't forget what I've been doing.
So just to remind you where I am, still down on the eastern side of the Gulf of Thailand, about 12 kilometers south of Pattaya city. And if you look at the satellite view, you can see how close we are to the beach. So there's a block of hotels just in front of us. So it's about 100 meters down to the beach or so. And the complex where I'm staying is just on the right hand side there. It's a huge complex actually. So this place is called Seven Seas Côte d'Azur. Seven Seas is a chain, and they've got apartments all over Thailand. Um, this one's probably one of the better ones that I've seen. I mean, it's just beautiful inside and so well kept. There's palm trees everywhere, swimming pools. I can't count them. There's just so many, and the whole complex is just surrounded by water. It's just really nice and really quiet in the evenings. Uh, Quite a lot of Russian people here. They kind of keep themselves to themselves. But yeah, it's a beautiful place. So this is what my apartment looks like. It's up on the eighth floor, so the views are really quite good, and I get a wonderful sunrise in the morning. Um, it's not the biggest apartment in the world. It's probably about 35, 36 square meters. But for one person, it's absolutely fine. Really comfortable. These pictures were taken before I moved in because now the place is a complete tip, of course, but it used to be tidy. So we'll take a stroll through the complex. I'm going to head down towards the beachfront and catch one of the BART buses. The BART buses are absolutely fantastic. You'll see them shortly. They cost 10 baht, which is about 20 pence or so. And basically, you can just travel for miles on them. But before we start that journey, I'll just rewind a little bit and let you know what we did for New Year. Um, I was planning just to go down to the beachfront and watch all the fireworks for the night because they go crazy with the fireworks over New Year. But anyway, we met this lady, Nong Nut, in one of the bars, the Gold Monkey Bar, and she was going to a temple down south, and she invited us along. So we headed down there, got there for just before midnight, and it was one of the most surreal experiences I think I've had since I've been in Thailand. Everything was very serene, very quiet, apart from the monks chanting away. Everybody was dressed in white. I basically just sat out of the way around the back and did my own thing. But yeah, it was a beautiful experience. Anyway, back to the beachfront. Just before we get there, I'm going to stop off at one of these water dispensers. These are a godsend. You put 1 baht in, which is, I don't know, what's that? Diddly squat, about 4 pence, I think. And you can get a litre of water. Absolutely brilliant, these things are. So we found ourselves a BART bus and we're heading into town. It's about 3 or 4 kilometres north. The beach here is always quiet. This is the southern end of Jomtien, and it's always so quiet down here. Out in the distance, you'll see those couple of big ships. They're sand dredgers, so they're just out there dredging sand and constantly reforming the beach here. And it starts getting much busier the closer we get to the centre of Jomtien. A little later on, all of the side of this road will be covered in fruit sellers and food sellers, kebab sellers, and all the rest of it. We're coming up towards our stop now. Jomtien is really renowned for its beachfront. It's the same beach really that stretches from north of Pattaya all the way down to quite far south of Jomtien. In December, this place was absolutely heaving because they held the jet skiing World Cup finals here. You couldn't move on the beach. So I've met up with a good friend of mine, Marcelo, and we're just going to one or two of the bars this evening. And this one, it's called the Beach Club, and it's probably one of the stranger bars along the front. It's got a swimming pool in the middle of it, and if you want, you can get served your lagers and drinks in the swimming pool. For some reason, it's got a mini parked inside it as well. It also sells weed here. Most of the restaurants and bars along here sell weed. It's easy enough to get hold of. Uh, you'll notice how quiet it is here. Complete contrast to December and the New Year. Oh, and this is another reason I really like this bar. Two bottles of beer for 99 baht. That's about £2.50. Did I tell you that it was easy to get cannabis here? What a party you'd have here. Now, there's a million bars in Jomtien, but we stumbled upon this one. It's up towards the White House. It's a hotel called the White House. And there's a number of bars along here, but this one, we stumbled upon this beautiful girl who found me some English cider to drink, so I had to stay a little bit longer than I was planning. Now, I'm going to head over to my favourite bar in Jomtien, and it's called the Gold Monkey Bar. It's towards the southern end of Jomtien, and it's towards the beachfront. You'll notice that the pavements around here are wonderfully designed. They just like putting concrete posts in front of you so you've got to step on the road and get squashed. And every now and then you just see big concrete lumps sticking out of the floor. You really do need eyes everywhere around here. Now, I like this bar because I've met a good number of friends here, including Reggie, who you can see here. He had to leave a few days ago to go back to England after spending quite a few months here. One of the things that you notice about living over here, and it's probably true if you're traveling anywhere, is you're constantly meeting people, getting to know them for 3 months or so, and then saying goodbye to them. And it's a never-ending circle. Okay, don't panic. I'm not going to subject you to karaoke. Trust me. Before I head off home, I just thought I'd give you an idea of the scale of Jomtien and a little night view of it as well from my friend's balcony. You can see though it's a lot smaller than Pattaya, it's still really quite an extensive city, and it looks beautiful at night time. I'm heading back on the BART bus tonight, and I usually do, particularly when it's dark. Um, the pavements can be so uneven, as you saw it earlier, it's just so easy to fall over. You're safer in a BART bus. So this is the bottom end of my road, and I can either turn left up here, which I will do in a moment, or you can go along the beach, which I'll do a little later and show you the other route in. Um, at the bottom of this road, you'll see either side is a huge restaurant. It's actually the same restaurant. It's a huge seafood restaurant. I think they employ about 30 staff or so. The calamari in there is absolutely to die for. It's beautiful. Okay, now one thing I still can't get used to in Thailand, and it's not just Thailand, it's Southeast Asia, is the street dogs. They're pretty much everywhere. They're fine, leave them alone, keep out of the way, they're okay. I've never been attacked, but they can be quite unnerving, especially when there's packs of them. And maybe that's one of the reasons that I actually enjoy the other route through to the hotel by going down onto the beachfront and up through the beachfront of the hotels in front of us. It's a much nicer route. Anyway, I'll show you that one now. When I came down in December through here and early January over the new year, this place was pretty busy. Lots of people just have their meals in the pools on floating trays. And all these lilos by the side of the pool would have been full of families. I think it's probably around about midnight now, so this place is pretty empty. It'll get busy again maybe around about 7 o'clock in the morning. They start serving breakfast, uh, and I might come down myself. Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to do this to you, but I've got a little way to walk home yet, and it seems a little bit of a shame not to introduce you to a little bit of Thai culture. So, if you remember that karaoke that we were listening to a little earlier, I thought I'd just play out with a little bit of that. Just accept it as you're learning a little bit of Thai culture. and sharing pain. Bye for now.
I just never took the time. Oh. Maybe I just never